Imagine you could choose one superpower. Which superpower would you choose? I would choose one that everybody here in this room could activate tonight. I would choose positivity as my superpower. I would choose it firstly because it's just an amazing feeling that comes with so many benefits, but also it's very easy to activate it. And it's accessible to everybody, no matter your social or economic background. But let's start with the opposite of positivity, which is negativity. This might be sparked either by others or by yourself. In case it is sparked by others, that's not much you can do. Let me give you an example. I lived in Bangkok, which is the capital of Thailand. Thailand is the so-called land of the smiles. And actually it's true, people smile a lot in this country. They might not be rich, but they smile. You can feel it. And after my exchange there, I was flying back to Germany, and I took the public transportation from the airport to the main station. Then I looked at the faces of the other people on the train. There was no facial expression. They were even shouting at each other for no reason. That also impacted me. Another way to get negatively affected is by yourself. Events that you can't influence. For instance, if you just get sick, you can't do anything. However, positivity can be achieved. Many people talk about it, but what I would like to show you tonight are two things. Firstly, what are the benefits of positivity and why you should activate this superpower? And secondly, how you can actually do it, how you can get this superpower as of today. So, as I said, positivity is such an amazing, incredibly powerful tool. What are the benefits? Why should you get this superpower? I looked into science with some research. There are actually three things, three benefits that positivity brings. Firstly, mental health. According to science, the benefits of positivity are not only a low risk of depression and anxiety, it's also a higher likelihood of happiness. How I personally perceived it, is that it feels quite easy to live. It's an ease of living. It's a lightness. Others told me, Dennis, it looks like you're walking on clouds. And sometimes it feels like it is, because if you stop worrying about small things that don't go well, you feel better. It's good for your mental health. Secondly, positivity has a positive impact on your physical health. According to science, there is a reduced risk of getting sick. It's also good for your heart, from a medical perspective, of course. Personally, fair enough, I'm quite young. However, how I perceive positivity from a physical perspective is energy. Positivity gives you a lot of energy. I don't need energy drinks or coffee or whatsoever to stay awake. No, it's positivity. And it's a virtuous circle. Because if you're a positive person, you're more eager to have more energy, then you're more eager to go out, to meet friends. It makes you even more positive. You have more energy, you can do sports, and so on. Thirdly, positivity enhances relationships. Science has showed that people who are positive, they are more likable, they're more empathetic, and they have it easier to create new relationships and to improve existing relationships. How did I personally perceive it? Actually, just ask some friends. I asked them, why are you my friends? It's actually quite a good question. You should ask that your friends as well. They didn't say, It's because we have shared passions. It's because we can play football together, go to a bar together, get a drink. No, nobody said that. What all of them said, it's your attitude. I mean, you can grab a beer with almost anyone. Quite many people play football, do sports. That's nothing that makes you unique or that makes you a good friend. It's positivity. On top of the personal level, it's also about professional relationships. Let me give you a personal example as well. In my life, I had about 30 job interviews, and almost all of them ended with an offer. And at the end of every single interview, I asked the interviewers for feedback. I asked, why did I get the job? Why did you choose me over others? Why? And nobody said because of your previous experiences, because of your skills. No. It was because I convinced in the interview with positivity, with drive and positivity. So it helps you in your professional life as well. So now, since we know that positivity has so many strong benefits for you, now the question is, how do you get this superpower as well? To answer that question, it's important to think about the cause of negativity. There was an old Greek thinker who said that what upsets you is not the thing. No. It's your opinion on the thing. That means you or I, we can't change the thing. We might not be able to change the thing. But what we can change is our opinion on the thing. So let me give you 3 recommendations, 3 specific advices how you can do that today. Firstly, be grateful for the small things in life. Let me give you an example. Just look outside. The sun is finally shining again in Sweden. After a month of 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. sunsets, it was cozy. And and it's nice if we can go out in a park again and meet friends outside and enjoy the ice cream even more. It's pretty nice, isn't it? Now, the recent example, last weekend, I went on a trip to the archipelago, and I was on a bus. And suddenly, this bus slowed down. There seemed to be something wrong with the engine or whatever. And the AC didn't work either. And it got super hot in this slow bus. However, this was actually quite nice because it was like a sauna. I'm a student. I'm on a budget. I am willing to pay for a sauna, but now I didn't even have to pay for it. And afterwards, I could jump in the cold water. That's pretty amazing, isn't it? I was grateful about that. So how can you embrace this gratefulness for small things in life? Firstly, what I do, before I go to bed, I try to think about it. Try to experience these nice things again. You can't experience it again like physically, that's not possible, but you can experience it again in your head. How do you do that? You just think about the day, what happened. What are you grateful for? It helps a lot. Secondly, say it. Speak out loud. Say what you are grateful for. So for instance, I am today extremely grateful that I got this unique opportunity to hold a TED Talk and spread the word about positivity. It's pretty amazing. Be grateful about the small things. Secondly, focus on the solution, not the problem. Yes, there are large or small problems out there. True. For instance, sometimes it's raining, but just grab your wonderful raincoat and go to a nice fika place and have a coffee with a friend inside. It's quite cozy, it's not too bad. So when you have a problem, even if you would like to discuss a problem with someone else, don't start with the problem itself. Start with the solution. You do that by thinking about it. Then you start it, and the initial atmosphere in the talk is much more positive. It helps a lot. Thirdly, be positive in your everyday life. Be a role model for positivity. If you manage to be positive, you can cultivate positivity in others. How can you do that? I will give you 3 specific tips how you can do that. Firstly, say yes. About 10 years ago, I watched a movie which is called The Yes Man. It's a great movie. It's actually about a man who was quite lonely and quite desperate, but then suddenly he had to say yes for a year. And he did so. What happened? Well, quite many good things. Like, he got promoted on the job. He just enjoyed life. He did things like he went out for new passions. And he even finally found a girlfriend. And he said, say yes to every opportunity. Okay, fair enough. That's a bit over-exaggerated. That's a bit too much. It might even sometimes be a bit dangerous to say yes to everything. But the key message here is that it is something you can actively decide on. You can say yes to positivity, yes to things. Next, it's about seeing the big picture. I know, here, we are in a business school. People are quite ambitious, but you should be aware you can't achieve everything, everywhere, all at once. That's not possible. So, just like some friends of mine, they were masters in finance, they want to go to investment banking, they leave everything aside. They just focus on getting into investment banking, and that's their goal. They want to go to a top-tier firm. And they do. They get good grades, then they prepare a lot for the job interviews. They get through it, and they get the offer for their dream job in the top investment bank. Then, they start working. And they hate it. But hopefully, they enjoyed the path to the job. Thirdly, celebrate. You get to celebrate the big things and the small things. Like big things could be your birthday, could be a graduation, anything. Do it. Don't miss out on celebrating things. But also, celebrate the small things. What is it? What could it be? Look to the left, to the right. Who's the friend sitting next to you? When you see the friend next to you, aren't you happy about that? You should be, and you should celebrate it. You don't need to celebrate it with a beer or a Fanta or a Coke, whatever, in a bar. No, you can just show it. You can celebrate it with a smile. It's for free. And you can do it and it pays back. When you show others that you celebrate being positive, they will join you. They will smile back. So, build a habit out of positivity. Make positivity your superpower. And spread positivity, because positivity is contagious. Thank you.